Who would you both love to have as a mentor and why?
Oh, man. Lucy coming in hot with the good questions today.
Absolutely.
The very first person that kicked into my head was Brad Frost.
Oh, hey, I'm not doing anything. I'm definitely not using the copy to Figma plugin from Mobbin, and it's not helping me analyze my competitors either. Oh, and also it's not helping me speed up my design process. Please trust me when I say I love manually screenshotting apps. I love sending 30 images with AirDrop. I love waiting for Figma to endlessly load. So guys, please don't use Mobbin to paste your entire user flow to your favorite apps in Figma. And 78,000 users are not using this plugin at the moment. Don't look for the link in the description either. And Mobbin did not sponsor this video.
Chris, I don't know if you're familiar with Brad Frost. I've actually been at conferences where he's been at. I've been lucky enough to hear him speak live numerous times. But so I love design systems, right? I can always get better at them. They're evolving constantly. And it's really hard. I mean, if you were at Config last year, so excited for Config next week. But if you were at Config last year, just the amount of stuff they released for design systems was mind-blowing, and it's hard to wrap my head around, right? So I think that's an area of improvement for me. And Brad Frost, man, the OG of design systems, atomic design, man, it doesn't get any cooler than that. And he is a rad individual, right? So at least that's what I've built up in my head, is that he's really cool. But anyway, that's, I think, who I would, just from the history of experience, how cool he is at conferences, and how down to earth he seems. I think he'd be an awesome mentor. That's my answer. Anyone, don't tell him I said that. So
We'll send it to him after this. My one is not in the design field.
Awesome.
So my one is, I hope I'm pronouncing his surname correctly, Sean Puri. He's one of the hosts of the My First Million podcast. He is a great storyteller, and he's like pretty hilarious on it. He's really, really quick when it comes to like just riffing. So I love that about him. And at like 25, 26 was a CEO of I would say, venture builder, where he just spun out a lot of companies. Yeah. And now he like does content as well, has a podcast, and basically building a bunch of these small cash flowing businesses, and sort of a reputation for like investing in other successful ones. So that's kind of one I'm like, okay, it'll be really awesome to work with him, and just to pick his brain on how he thinks. And because he's doing so many different projects, it's like, how does someone manage all this stuff? And one of the things that he said recently was like, yeah, he just shut down his family fund of people to like giving him money so he can invest it, because he's like, no, I'm just going to do this other thing. So it's cool because he's at the point of his career that he can basically choose exactly what he wants to work on and where he spends his time. And he spends a lot of time writing, thinking, researching about cool startups or whatever. So like, that's kind of what I'm into now. So that would be the perfect person to sort of model what I want to do, but in my own flavor. But yeah, that would be my answer.
I love that answer, Chris. And here's why, because then in my head, I was like, oh gosh, yes, Matthew Dix. I would have him as a storyteller. Like, he wrote the book Storyworthy, which if you want to be a better storyteller, check out that book. I make no commission off of his sales, but it's a phenomenal book. But it's proving a point, actually, Chris, that we talked about a little bit earlier. There are mentors for all T-shaped, direct skills. My head went right to design. Yours went to soft, like T-shaped skills for areas you're looking in. You don't have to gravitate towards one mentor. You can have mentors in these different areas that you're trying to strengthen yourself in. So actually, Lucy, appreciate you for that question, because it proved the point that we were actually talking about a little bit earlier.
And I can't remember who said this concept, but immediately when I said it, it kind of stuck with me, which is you can build your own personal board of advisors, or let's just call this personal board of mentors, where, you know, in a company, there's different functions for different things, right? Your customer success, your design, your marketing, your operations. Imagine having 5 mentors for different things that you are interested in, or skills you want to learn, or mental habits you want to develop, or physical, whatever it is, right? So I like that concept of like kind of stealing from everyone else and kind of making it your own, or like using what's useful and disregarding what's not, because I think there's just so much out there to learn, and you don't have to like fixate on one person, because that's impossible, right? Unless you get into a relationship with them, and then it's then
And
you're
then
stuck.
weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go down a totally different path. No, I love that. Board of advisors. I actually have not considered it in that way. That's a phenomenal thought. I love it.
Want to listen to the full conversation? Click the video on screen now. Subscribe to the channel if you want to join us live. Oh, wait. Okay, fine, you don't have to join us for the live stream, but if you like stuff like this, then click that subscribe button. I'll see you on the inside. Bye!